Good morning. This is Kim Danke coming to you live from the Shibboleth Studios in Kennesaw, Georgia. And I am happy to be here this morning. It is about an hour earlier than normal because I have a super busy day. I've got a networking event this morning. I've got the Ackworth Business Association at lunch. Good morning, Colleen. Good morning. And then this afternoon, I have a Cobb Chamber event. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, I have a Shibby class at Ackworth Presbyterian Church. So I am on here a bit earlier. Colleen, I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying I have a busy day. I've got networking this morning. I got basically networking morning, noon, and night, and then a Shibboleth class at 7. So I've had to get up and get started earlier. I have today marked as a holiday, possible holiday, because I want to assess the food that is at the luncheon that I'm going to, and if it looks like something I might want to enjoy, I can have it as a holiday, but if it doesn't, I'm not going to have a holiday. So, but my idea is to always not blow it in the morning on a day that I think I'm going to have a holiday. Good morning, Missy, because I don't want to, good morning, Deborah. If I change my mind when I get to the place, I want to be able to change my mind and not have blown it at breakfast. So this morning I thought, well, maybe this morning I could eat something off the Shibboleth approved list. I could do that. I could not do it. I really could not do it. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning. I could not eat off of the approved list. So I drank my Kroger Carb Master milk and had it's like a Pop-Tart. It's like a Smart Tart Pop-Tart that is cinnamon twist. Why would I not enjoy that? Why would I not enjoy that? So I did have a perfect breakfast, and then that way, if I decide to change my mind at lunchtime, I can. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Nicole. Thank you guys for coming on here and popping on and saying good morning. I appreciate all of that. Yes, and I am here about an hour earlier because I have a crazy busy day, but I am loving it. I don't mind that it's busy at all. Busy minds keep us, our minds off of other things that we find ourselves focusing too much on sometimes. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning. Good morning. Well, if you are just popping on, we are on the 37th day of the 366-day game of life. It is February 6th, and I am looking forward to having a great day. It's been a little rainy here. I don't know if it's been rainy where you are, but I do thank you so much for popping on here this morning. And if you don't mind, tell me where you're from if I don't know where you're from. So many of you have already told me, and I have a lot of you on my list. Good morning, Amy. I added some new people yesterday from the list, and that was really good. Thank you for viewing this broadcast. It would be such a huge blessing to me if you would either hit watch party or share, because those things, I heard from somebody else yesterday, Joy down in LaGrange, Georgia, that said that a friend of hers shared, and that's how she found out about Shibboleth. So, and she has become a regular watcher of the Shibby Show. Good morning, Paula. Good morning. But this is an interactive show, so y'all hit hearts and likes as much as you want to and feel like it. Colleen, they were expecting 4 inches of snow yesterday in Michigan, and now they've only gotten 2, so that is excellent. I am so thankful for that. Hey, Jerry from Michigan, you're on my list. I've got you on my list. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, I'm happy to be here this morning, and we are moving through February. How many of you are planning on having a perfect day today? If you're a Shibboleth member and know what that means, please type in whether or not you're having a perfect day or a holiday. And you know what I always say, if you haven't made up your mind yet, it's early enough in the day to go ahead and make up your mind that you're having a perfect day, because guess where the decision is? The decision is right here and right here. So you have to make up your mind that you're going to do it, and you just have to determine that you're going to stick to it, and you are going to exercise that self-discipline muscle. Yay! Yay, Colleen's going to have a perfect day, and Jessica is, and my sister Melanie's having a perfect day, and Missy and Deborah. That's awesome. Yes, there is no reason not to have perfect days. No reason not to have it. So far this month, I've forgotten how many I've had. I might have only had one. I can't remember. I lost track because it's something I hadn't been paying attention to. I've got a lot going on. Good morning, Angel. And she's having a perfect day. Nicole's having a perfect day. That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, today's broadcast is titled, Good Morning, Paula. Okay, Lithia Springs, Georgia. I get to add Paula to my list. I did not know where she was from. So thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it very, very much. And Daisy is here with me. She's already sitting in my lap. You know why? Because it's thundering. And when it's thundering, she doesn't like it. And she's already jumped up in my lap today. Say hello to everybody, Daisy. Say hello. She got to talk to Travis and Sasha yesterday because she wanted in my lap when I was talking to them via Zoom. Colleen's giving you lots of hearts, Daisy. Yay, Glinda. That is awesome. I'm glad you're having a perfect day. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Yes, I love to hear that. Jessica says she has so many people messaging her about Shibboleth and she loves sharing it. And there's Melanie saying hello, Daisy. Tell Hazel hello. Okay, so today's devotion is titled, or today's broadcast and devotion is titled, You Are No Longer in Bondage. That is a good one. You are no longer in bondage. So if you guys don't mind typing in for me the verse. The verse for today is Romans 8:15. Romans 8:15. And since I'm on here an hour earlier than normal, I know a lot of you that watch this today are going to be watching on replay. So please type in hashtag Shibboleth for his glory. Hashtag Shibboleth for his glory. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you so much. Romans 8:15. Thank you, Jessica. Y'all are awesome participators. That is fantastic. Thank you, Missy. Thank you. Well, while you guys continue to type in that verse, thank you, Melanie, I am going to read it. The spirit you received does not make you slaves, so that you live in fear again. Rather, the spirit you received brought about your adoption to sonship, and by him we cry, Abba, Father. Abba, Father. That's right. So we are no longer in bondage. Thankfully, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Let's listen to this story about Felicity. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning. Felicity didn't mean to struggle with an addiction to alcohol. In fact, she would have considered herself the least likely person to do so. After all, she'd grown up with an alcoholic father who couldn't pay the bills because of his addiction. He also didn't know how to show love because of his volatile emotional state, and he ended up in the hospital time and time again with alcohol poisoning, liver damage, and a host of other self-induced ailments. No, she didn't mean to get addicted to alcohol, but that's exactly what happened. As a youngster, she vowed she'd never touch this stuff. It had ruined her father's life after all. But as a young adult, she felt herself tempted. After a few innocent drinks, she was hooked. Before long, she was completely in bondage to the stuff. Oh, she did. She hid it well enough from others, but Felicity knew the truth. She couldn't make it from one day to the next without a drink, or two, or five. Before long, she didn't even care if her family and friends knew. What did it matter anyway? She had her alcohol to keep her company and to bring her comfort. Of course, it was a bittersweet friend, one that left her feeling empty and ill. Maybe you can relate to Felicity's story. Perhaps you're in bondage to something too. Alcohol, sugar, fried foods, gratuitous extramarital sex. When you're in bondage, it's the equivalent of being seated in a chair with ropes tied around you. It seems as if there's no way out. Oh, but there is a way out. You can break free with God's help. No, you don't have to have the strength to do it yourself, but He's powerful enough to do the work. You just have to surrender to Him. When you do, He can, in one fell swoop, take those ropes and snap them. The bondage can come to its rightful end, replaced with a freedom you've never known. Have half the battle lies in the choosing. You must choose to be set free, and you have to mean it. You can't end an addiction with a half-hearted, I wish I could change attitude. You have to be all in. You must let one little 6-letter word rule the day. DECIDE. Decide. Once the decision is truly made, the Spirit of God has the freedom to take the reins and do the necessary work. Submit to His plan, His will, no matter how hard, and watch as those ropes snap in two. Addiction, bondage can truly be a thing of the past. God calls you to live in complete and total freedom in Him. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? I know some of you are typing some things, so I'm going to go back and look real quick. Dottie is from Douglasville. That is awesome. Yes, Jessica is claiming not stress eating today because of the storms. That's right. That's right. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, you guys. So, what do you think about this story of Felicity and her saying, watching her father be an alcoholic and knowing that it did not do their family any good, but then somehow she became the same. What do y'all think about that? And do you think, is anybody, good morning, Patsy. Good morning. Now, we're here with Shibboleth, and Shibboleth has to do with food, so food can also be an addiction as well. So if that is something that resonated to you today, but not with the alcohol part, maybe it resonated with you today because it's very difficult for you to make it from breakfast to lunch without any other food, or lunch to dinner without any other food. Maybe that's difficult to do. And if it is difficult to do, that's where we need to start asking the Lord for help, asking Him for help and saying, I'm going to decide to do this. Good morning, Jason. Good morning. Yes, it is amazing, and it's uplifting. It helps to focus on the truth. That is right. See, food can be an addiction just like alcohol can be an addiction. And so the thing is about a food addiction is that people don't really confront you as much about a food addiction as they might drugs or alcohol, but it's just as damaging. And I know that I've found out that when people quit smoking, they've saved so much money. When they quit drinking, they save so much money. Honestly, when you quit overeating, you save a lot of money there too. So if you have to look at it in that way, look at it in that way. Pull out all the arsenal to look at it in all the different ways that you have to get over any food addiction that might be keeping you a slave. We are not a slave to an inanimate object. Food is a soulless, inanimate object. Who agrees with me on that? That we do not have to be a slave to that. We have the Lord. He is not inanimate. He is active in all ways in our life. And food is an inanimate, soulless object. And we should not give our love to food. We should not make food an idol. Colleen says Satan uses our weaknesses, but we choose whether we allow him to control us. In Jesus' name, we are free. Yes. Rebecca says she feels like her journey with food has been like that. I watched a family member with diabetes not control her diet and is now suffering the consequences. I swore as a teen I wouldn't let myself go down that path. Never diagnosed with diabetes, but I did let myself get to 175 pounds. Thanks to Shibboleth, I'm now at 140 and still making progress to a healthy weight. What a blessing, Rebecca. Thank you. You're right, Catherine. Satan doesn't want us to trust the Lord and wants us to fail. When we surrender our lives to the Lord, He will help us succeed. Yes, He will. And we just have to decide and ask the Lord. So, we have to do some work too, and the Lord will help us. So now what we're going to type in today is, I'm no longer in bondage. Y'all claim that. I am no longer in bondage. And then guess what? Go and determine to live a life today that shows it, that shows that you are no longer in bondage. And this Shibboleth program is amazing. I have a person who has been coming to some Shibboleth meetings. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Colleen. And she told me that her husband is a drug addict. She said that he looked at the Shibboleth website, and thank you, Melanie, and that he told her that if they had a Shibboleth website for drug addicts, like this is for us trying to lose weight, thank you, Kim, and thank you, Missy, thank you, Rebecca, that he thought that would be a great thing. Good morning, Jennifer. And I thought, well, I told her, I said, well, just let him use it. Like, he just can write in there. He can journal. He can do all these things. He can say he's having a perfect day without any drugs and that kind of thing. So isn't that amazing that a member's husband who's a drug addict told me that he wished he had a website like Shibboleth to help him with his drug addiction. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Do you know that in the Shibboleth website there is a link to something called vision/goals, like a vision tracker? And if you can go in there and set, my goal is to not have any food between breakfast and lunch. Or my goal is to not graze today. Do you know that you can go into the Shibboleth website and set that goal? Then once you've done that, you can say that you have achieved that goal. You get a badge for it, and it increases every single time you reach a goal. This is a great way to set small little goals and see that badge number increase. So I would highly suggest that you guys find that vision and goals part of the website. So thank you guys for typing in that so much. And guess what? Basically, what this is saying, this devotion is saying that we have to decide that we are going to make progress. We have to decide. That's called being all in. All in. And I want us to type, I'm all in with Shibboleth. I'm all in with Shibboleth. Because if we utilize, yes, Jason, this is Daisy. This is Daisy the dog. Say hey to Jason. He loves schnauzers too. This is a party schnauzer. Isn't she cute? But she just happened to be the most expensive free dog anybody ever got. Yes, Dorothy. I love that. Thank you, Colleen. I'm all in with Shibboleth. I'm all in with Shibboleth. Thank you. Because I utilize Shibboleth as what it was intended to be. It is a management system. It is an education system. And it is the thing that creates a balanced life for us. And that's what we need to be living, is a balanced life. So I'm so thankful for you guys this morning. Thank you for typing in, I'm all in with Shibboleth. Thank you for typing that in. You guys are awesome. I hope that you keep your perfect day. And if you are struggling at all with any type of food addiction, please get on your knees and talk with Jesus about it. Please get on your knees and talk with him and ask him, and then use the Shibboleth website and all of the tools that we provide, the education, the webinars, the mentor appointments, the Facebook groups. Use them in order to help you. And you have to stay focused in on something that you're trying to change. So stay close to the community, stay close to the community, and let's do this. Let's do this together, because I'm all in with you guys. All right? Let's see what Jason says. Shibboleth is a blessing. I've only been doing this for almost a month, and he's lost 23 pounds. Oh, my goodness. Give Jason some thumbs up on that. It's easier than others that he's tried. Yeah, it definitely is, because we're actually still eating real food, which is a blessing. We lose more weight than other people who are just trying to restrict calories, because we also put in the controlling insulin, combining foods in a way that control insulin. And that is one of the things that supercharges our weight loss, rather than folks just trying to cut calories. All right, I'm going to hop off of here, but I love you guys, and tomorrow's Friday. I would love to get an update from you guys on how you are doing this week with some perfect day, holiday ratios. Hopefully you've got way more perfect days than holidays, and I would love to see some weight loss stats tomorrow. So y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you later. If you're watching on replay, please type in hashtag Shibboleth for His glory. And if this is the first time for you to see this, please type in a number 1 so I can personally welcome you. Bye.